So, are we going into an India mirror?
Oh,
Yeah.
looks like that.
Let's go. Again, India mirror. So, for everyone who's tuning in right now, we are streaming the ESOC Weekend Tours Fort Frenzy finals right now. Fort Frenzy means like it's King of the Hill. You have a fort in the middle and you need to take control of the fort for 10 minutes. The timer don't reset. And yeah.
Looks like it is the normal spawn here.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking first that the TP line is also split or something, but yeah, the fort spawning here in the middle, and we have their Tit playing the color blue as India, and LordRaphael is red and playing as well India. Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I'm QueenOfdestiny, and Conqueror 999 alias Dictator is the co-caster today.
Yeah. So yeah, I would expect some kind of C strat from Tit and just standard into Fortress from LordRaphael, but my calls today haven't been that great, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So each start with a market. And so it's 400 words, so LordRaphael I think is going to go start TP.
Did you play a lot of games with one of these players?
I've played LordRaphael like a couple, sometimes. A lot of games against LordRaphael. And losing most of them.
Oh, well, this is what you always say, to playing with someone who's a bit better than you makes you improve.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, I would always rage, but if you can do this and not be so mad after, then I think it's really good to do, really, really good. So, yeah, I hope we will see some water, because with the India H1 shipment.
Okay, LordRaphael does have a deck with the 2 Caravel shipment.
Yeah.
But nothing else related to C, so he's just gonna do like minimal C pressure, I guess, if any. Still waiting on Tit to choose his deck.
Yeah, I think you first, please.
Okay, LordRaphael is going for this 2 War Dog treasure, and that'll help him. If he can catch 6 explorers with them, that'll help him out in H1. In treasure contentions and stuff like that.
Yes, it's actually pretty good when you take some kind of unit treasures, let's say, like the 2 dogs or also natives, because in King of the Hill you can, as soon you reach H2, go for the fort, and then you directly can defend it a little bit.
So yeah, in this game mode, the H1 lead would be even more important than.
Yeah. So yeah, Tid have not. Let's say not super heavy, but a bit water. Or what do you think? Maybe I'm wrong again.
It does look like he is. It does look like he's gonna do a C boom. It is like, it might be a reaction to LordRaphael's deck. Like he has 3 worship cards while LordRaph has only 1, and yeah. He does have the rendering plant card for fishing boats and the boat card, so I think he is going to go C. But yeah, it's not as heavy as the deck he picked against Rissi.
Yeah. Yes, this was much more for water prepared. And interesting is also to say that Tit is going a bit more defensive, while LordRaphael is going really forward, which is aggro forward.
Yeah, defensive aggro usually means C.
Yeah.
David Centrical. What would be a good strat, I think? On the wood start, he should have started a TP and then like sent the fishing card second, I think. Like LordRaphael is doing, but with good faith.
Yeah. We can see now that it pays off to take a TP as India in H1. Tit is slightly faster aging up, let's say. Maybe, what is it, 20 seconds or something around this. But LordRaphael has a TP for this, and he was already able to ship another shipment.
Yeah, and if it's only worth it on 400 wood, because otherwise you get housed at 10 pop, but on 400 wood it's really good. Like Tit could have gotten the fishing card as well. Something. So yeah, LordRaphael like right next to the fort.
Yeah. Tit is bringing his 2 sepoys to get the fort.
Yeah, it's gonna give him some seconds.
Yeah.
Till LordRaphael's 2 sepoys can reach it. Wait. Oh, it was Tit who went for the 2 war dogs. I thought that was LordRaphael. Okay.
Oh. Oh, well. Tit have already Gurkhas out, while LordRaphael is just start to queue, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna get a minute or so of control of this hill. Looks like.
We see no dog. I was expecting Tit from 600 wood to make a dog, but
Yeah, he has a villa up here too, so.
yeah, but I was really expecting instead of a house. But it seems like that he see I can take the fort easily. That he switched his plan to go water.
Yeah. So LordRaphael going on the France consulate and getting crates, which are of course cheaper with the good faith card. Getting wooden coin.
How
and then
much
he'll probably
is it?
burn it for autos.
Is it 600 each crate or something?
It's 300 each crate without good faith, and then with good faith it's 180 per crate.
Oh, okay. Tit wants it to do some damage that LordRaphael can't build his barracks.
LordRaphael definitely going more greedy here. He's got his imperial bureaucracy already, he has more market upgrades, and he does have the France consulate and the text from those, and the crates from those.
Yeah, this is what makes this game mode so interesting. You can just like go and rush the fort directly, or you stay a bit back and boom, because you anyway have like the H1 and 10 minutes on top.
Yeah.
To have a solid economy.
Tit is staggering for the aggro fire. Okay, he goes for the food as well from France. From the French consulate. And Tit allying with autos, which is the more traditional standard India build.
Yeah, to get more line of sight and...
Yeah.
There we have the dog rickshaw.
It's for like the Vills and Minutemen as well. Oh yeah, so he is gonna go see. Just a bit later than we expected. So LordRaph, I think he's staying H2, which makes sense because he has to do something about this hill. I mean, he still does have time, I guess. Yeah, he's gonna stay H2.
Yeah.
He's gone straight to Brits. He's not gonna get the vills from autos or anything.
I think Tit lost too many units under the Agra Fort fire and gave too many free kills because LordRaphael is now ahead.
Yeah.
And now I'm not sure if it's really greedy build, but there are no unit shipments, but from Tit as well not. Paid off now with the TP.
Yeah. No, LordRaph is one shipment ahead now, which is really good for India. LordRaphael sees this with the 2 sepoys. He knows Tit is on C. Might see him ship 2 caravels and try to shut it down quickly, or he might just ignore it.
Well, the good thing is we see that he has the dock up since maybe 1.5 minutes or something. There's only one fishing boat, but LordRaphael could just think that he did it in H1 and have a massive kind of water boom going on. But this is really, I don't think it too much at this time in the game, so late to have this dock and only one dock.
Yeah.
I got the feeling that both players want to play it super safe and to not overcommit it something.
Yeah, but Tit did send 4 SOAs, so I wonder if he's gonna push in.
Yeah, and it's a good time to push. LordRaphael is aging.
LordRaphael does have a decent amount of Zams though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's just gonna give up the hill for a bit here, which is a good decision. He can't fight this. This Tit is up on scones.
So LordRaphael is aging and
yeah, Tits looks like he got the auto hussars. Did he get the vills? Let me check. Yeah, he did get he is getting the vills now. But
yeah.
the hussars were first.
Oh, you have hussars as well? I didn't see. Ah, yeah, there they are. I got the feeling Tit is now shipping units that he can hold this 4-30.
Wait, I don't think Tit got the vills actually. So yeah. Shipping 5 sepoys, yeah. I'm not sure what that'll do. They both have so many Gurkha masses, such big Gurkha masses.
Yeah. This wall.
Yeah, cheeky forward wall. And yeah, 8 Gurkha means that LordRaphael has the Gurkha lead now again. A lot of these games just don't understand.
Yeah, there was a really, really small leg spike, but I think it's fine at all.
I mean,
So Tit is going in
Yeah.
with so many sowers.
Even if he loses this fight, it will buy time for the hill, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is going to lose. LordRaphael has more than enough sands, and the trees are really good for him as well.
Yeah, he has also some months up there, and 9 thumbs
Yeah.
for H3, it's pretty good.
He's 20 Zans now. And, yeah, this cav is pretty much useless now.
LordRaphael is 50 points ahead in score.
Yep. It's retaken the hill, and Tit is forced back.
LordRaphael led the fort behind him, the hill here, and is going forward to make something in Tit's base happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just like a solid build from LordRaphael.
Yeah. Tit is also not close to aging or something. Just looks good for LordRaphael, even when he's behind in economy a bit.
I feel like Tit should have gone in earlier. I mean, gone in earlier with his cav mass, maybe.
Yeah. I think the best decision is what you can do on this point when you see your opponent is aged, that you then push when you're really so close your military units to your opponent. Because it was less than one screen that they was far from each other.
Yeah, and you can also try to follow up and age up yourself, but yeah, Tit didn't age and he pushed kinda too late when LordRaphael already had his red ups and his 8 Gurkha shipment, so yeah, that just didn't work out. 2 siege elephants here is Tit's not gonna hold this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is LordRaphael's game.
The fact that Tit has full C doesn't matter after losing a fight so decisively like that. So convincingly.
Yeah, Tit is trying to escape his villagers next to the shore.
Yeah.
He's even going to build another dock now because he's losing the land. Do you know who is this Zoo?
No, I don't.
Well, actually, this is really over for Tit.
Yeah. He's gonna find these 2 vills and maybe all the bows on that mine as well.
Yeah. Even when he tried to age up.
Then these vills by the coast.
Wow. GG.
Okay.
Game 1 goes to LordRaphael.
The kill death and the combat XP just says it all.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a bit late that Tit pushed with much more units.
Yeah, because LordRaphael already had a shipment out by then. I don't think you're supposed to be going C if you want to push, but though I think it's supposed to be like defensive. But yeah, that might have been what LordRaphael was referring to.
Yeah.
So next game, Tit gets the counter pick.
Indeed. And he did host it already.
I think it's another relog from LordRaphael.
So LordRaphael is still online.
No, I think he's relogging.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Okay.
So, next map was, I need to find it. Cascade range is it? I think.
Hmm. Oh, Hudson Bay is in this pool?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
somewhere was also Indonesia and what was it? Let me check. Cascade Range.
is
And this is what Tit vetoed. And LordRaphael vetoed Indonesia.
that's so Hudson Bay is the map where you need sea
Yes.
control to win the map. I mean, win the King of the Hill. So that should be interesting.
I'm sorry for everyone who's watching right now. We might switch the casters because I need to stand up pretty early and it's getting really, really late.
Yeah.
Okay, we are moving on in game 2 in this finals.
It's stuck on 0 for me.
Yeah, maybe ESO is down.
Oh yeah, that must be it. Yeah. Kinda sucks.
Is it back? No, it's still loading.
Yes.
Okay, now we go into game 2.
Yep.
For the King of the Hills game. Again, the fort spawn between these two cliffs here.
Yeah. I guess this is just how it spawns then, with the fort in the middle, awkwardly like that.
And we're starting here with Tit in the color blue, he's Spain, versus LordRaphael in the color red, and he's Russia.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting how Tit handles Russia.
Yes.
Russia's gonna start off with 5 costs and then like take the hill behind that, and I guess Tit will either FF or try to play it out in H2. I don't know. Probably FF. But he'll have a hard time getting up with LordRaphael holding him, so we'll see.
Yes. And LordRaphael is going for 72 treasure.
Yeah.
I think Tit picked up the small treasures in his base here, 30 food and 20 coin.
Yeah. losing out on some walking time, so that might put him behind in treasures overall. I think LordRaphael is going to come across the 60 food next, which combined with 70 food will be really good for him for his age up.
Yeah, LordRaphael have just a much better start with this kind of treasures, and there's a 70 food, but it's not getting scouted. Or maybe now? No, the dog, don't go.
Yeah. Like, they both scouted on opposite sides of the map, like taking opposite scouting patterns, so like they're not going to be able to contest each other's treasures. It's like which side spawned with better treasures, the left or the right, basically.
But this time I really pay attention if they can take from both sides the fort if one goes.
I think they can, because I think they were doing that last game.
Yeah, maybe he was really not close enough. It's kind of
Yeah.
bothering me a bit.
The spawn isn't so awkward this game. Like, Cliff is overtaking part of the fort, but it is like on the ground, so it's not as awkward, I guess. Yeah, Tip did take that 75 wood.
The Russian deck has church card inside. It's
Yeah,
definitely nice.
I like the church card actually,
Yeah,
but
me
the
too.
hussars and the goons in the later game, not for the veteran or guard upgrades, just for the hussars and goons. In my opinion. They can both like swing fights, I think.
And it's a Spain side, so we can see some Spanish gold. I hope you will ship it. When
Yeah,
you
I
go
don't
for
think
an
so. I think it'll be a more aggressive game. So like you'll have to send unit shipments.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
might
that's his
be.
only depot card in H3.
So 3, or is it 4? Yeah, 4. 4 forward villages from LordRaphael crossing the map.
Yeah. It's gonna be a standard for now, I think. 5 cost with either 5 musk with 13 strellet.
Kinda bit aggressive blockhouse. What is also in next to the fort to defend the fort, I guess.
Yeah. I like that it's next to this 320 XP as well, so that while he's containing it, he can maybe take that. Wait, this tower. Oh, it's an aggressive tower. On the opposite side of LordRaphael's blockhouse. It's interesting. Oh. These 5 costs are gonna do a lot of damage to it though. Might just burn it down. Yeah, I think this tower's just gonna die.
Yeah, he will lose it. Yeah, it did go up, but it's so low HP.
Yeah.
10
Very
turrets.
odd choice from the tech for tower placement.
Yeah. This is also going with his 10 turrets to idle LordRaphael.
Firefast cleaning up some of the Cossacks here. So that means he's not going to age immediately. He's going to make some units in age too.
LordRaphael just ignores the fort, by the way.
Oh, yeah, true. Tit could just run over and take it as well. Yeah. Just tap it.
LordRaphael is taking 320 XP treasure. Why he get on the other side raided, but this 4 Hus, they really don't do anything.
Yeah. LordRaphael has started the timer on the hill.
Yeah, nice. And he's also burning down the stable.
Yeah, I think Tit is saving the age. No, he's trimming units now, but I think he was saving to age. Yeah, it's also an odd stable placement because it's not in TC range. You can't really make these aggressive building placements against Russia, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's always good to have your buildings close to TC that you can TC fire.
Yeah. Maybe even behind the TC. I mean, against Aztec, they have to be behind the TC, but against Russia, I think within TC range is good enough. Coming in with 5 war dogs, gonna get kited down. Minutemen, but LordRaphael's army is still better, even taking that into account. If he sees, this is a spike. Okay, if he sees these bills hunting here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Tit is coming with a lot of husses now.
Minutemen are also inside of his units, but
yeah. Once they're 1 HP, they should be behind the Musks ideally, but that is a little, like, nitpicky, I guess.
Tit is trying to take this fight, but they are coming much more Cossacks from the back.
Yeah, the Hustlers are doing surprisingly well, but I think LordRaphael just overwhelming, mailing the Musk finally, so he's going to force these Hustlers back. But he did lose, I think he lost more Stolas than he needed to, and now these 7 rods are going to maybe do a bit more damage than they would have if he had made the Musk earlier. I don't know. So yeah, Tit's going to clean this up actually. these 10 Strelets also gonna die to these hussars, 4 costs coming out, but now Tit has 6 rods and 8 pikes, so these Cossacks are not gonna do much.
No. The Spain musketeers are just stronger than the Russian ones.
Yeah. Oh, but 4 more Cossacks from the, or 5 more from the stable. And microing down these pikes with the Strelets. That went surprisingly well for LordRaphael. It looks like he still lost overall, but he managed to whittle down Tit's army a decent amount. But Boyars arrived after he lost his army, though. And now these 3 hussars are going to chase down these Strelets, it looks like. He will take out that blockhouse. He just...
Good Huss micro here from Tit. Dodging the melee musketeers.
LordRaph is gonna clean this up now.
Yeah. And he's straight going back to the fort.
Yep. Smart. Well, Tit did send 2 unit shipments for that power spike to be able to destroy the blockhouse. But LordRaph did a very good job holding it off. So, yeah, I'm not sure who's favored now. I think Russia.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because you have Boyars just so strong.
You got Boyars in. He I think he traded better overall, probably. And Russia's ahead in pop over Spain, so yeah, probably favoring Russia right now.
Yeah. He's smart. The tower here from Tit, that when he get raided, that he can just save his villages.
A little skirmish of 3 Huss versus 3 cost versus 2 Huss. Okay. The Tit's gonna win with the reinforcing heads.
But the timer is definitely for LordRaphael in a really good spot.
So Tit built 2 outposts by these Huns, by his Huns on the left and right. That's like a pretty massive investment for a Spain player who has not sent, well, he has sent 5-0, but yeah. I feel like Spain's economy in Age 2 is mediocre, so it still seems like a big investment.
It's actually not so standard as Spain to stay so long H2.
Yeah.
Because they have just much more better units. Just imagine he would be H3 and have a lot of lancers and rods.
Yeah. If he won H3, then he wouldn't have been able to take that really good fight there, so... Maybe if aging after that might have been good. Like after cleaning up that fight. Instead of pushing. There's the hill time. He's gonna go in here. His cav is double coated, but Russia has boyars. That explorer is standing still, so I think he's training war dogs as well. That's really gonna help him out if they pop out in time. Yeah, 2 war dogs is not. Looks like LordRaphael did clean it up.
Yeah, LordRaphael is going to win this.
Yeah.
Oh well, GG. This goes to LordRaphael.
Yep. Yeah, so it looks like LordRaphael, after getting cleaned up, he took such good trades under his blockhouse, and that's what won him the game.
Yeah. I don't understand why he was so... why he don't age at Spain.
I guess because it's king of the hill, maybe? He wanted to be... he felt like he wouldn't be able to contest the hill if he aged. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe this was his plan behind, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
GG, let's move on to the next game.
So this is match point for LordRaphael.
Yes, indeed. Okay, game is up.
So now it's, oh, Tit has to lock in and LordRaphael has to counterpick, right? It's alternating.
Yep, indeed.
Okay.
So it's Hudson Bay.
Yep.
Are you ready?
If LordRaphael wanted to avoid sea, maybe he should have vetoed this map because the fort is on the island, whereas on Indonesia, the fort is on the in the middle. I don't know. Like, I feel like on King of the Hill, this map would force sea more than the other map, more than Indonesia, because of the fort placement.
Great mirror.
Are you ready?
I'm usually not pressuring the players a lot, but as I earlier said, I need to stand up in around 6.5 hours and then I have an exam and yeah, I need to move on a little bit. different way with the fort again there. But I think both players know about this, that the fort spawns
Yeah.
here on the island. But this time really, we casted earlier a game, Tit versus Rizzy, was it right? And
Yeah.
there was much more space around, so Tit was able to make this kind of castles and also dock. But I think here you're not anyhow able to build something to defend it better.
Oh yeah, so on this spawn of the map, the winter version, because of the radius around the fort, the players won't be able to build any towers or anything, or any docks there on the island, so yeah.
So yeah, we have here LordRaphael in the color red, playing Spritz, versus Tit in the color blue, and he's also playing Brits in a mirror. So I think in a Brit mirror it's really interesting what they're doing, because they could go for the classic one, that they go for front base and rush each other, or that they just go greedy, make something in base and go directly for dock and taking the fort. So there's two options to do.
I mean, eventually they're gonna have to opt for water, I think, because of the hill. Like, if you ignore the hill and the other player doesn't, then the other player has water control and the hill, and yeah, so neither player will be able to ignore C, I don't think.
Yeah. Boss will go for sure for C. When they don't want to lose the game. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you... I never tried this in King of the Hill. When your opponent really lose everything, then the game should be as well over. When you don't have an explorer and villagers, no TC and no units.
I think it still continues if you have fishing boats and stuff. And he's not going to lose all his units when he can just put them into boats, I guess. So, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't thought about this.
Both doing a market start. I didn't see. Was it a coin crate start?
Yeah, it was a coin start, and
yeah.
LordRaphael took a 60 wood treasure, so he didn't need to buy something. But
yeah, that's great. Look at Dex now, I think. Tits is much more geared for C.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this advanced dock card really a lot.
Yeah, it's probably underrated. It can probably help swing fights, the 100% heal rate increase. And it increases damage, but wait, it also increases the range of the... I didn't know this. It actually increases the range of the dock's attack, as well as the damage.
Yeah. But you know, schooners make your fishing boats as well a little bit train faster, and it's already inside advanced dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and LordRaphael have just a small defense water deck. It's not so much special.
I wonder if LordRaphael will play land and get a massive eco lead, and then use that eco lead to just spam out warships on water later once he needs to take the hill. And do just enough water to hold his side of the coast.
I think the problem is when you would do this, out of my thinking, that when you give to Tit too much time, and he can ship upgrades for water, then his boats are much better, his warships. But it takes a lot of time, I think, I guess. I'm sure. At the end, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, LordRaph is building aggressively with these
Yeah.
nanos. And
Yeah.
we probably will see Iraqs there, I think.
Taking a lot line of sight.
Yeah. Where's this tower going? Yeah, it looks like it's also going to be aggressive. Can't really put it on the sea because of the ice.
Yeah. Well, Tit is going with his outpost wagon on the ice, and we maybe notice that he can't build it there.
Yeah, he might try to ferry it to that island, but I don't think that it'll let him build next to the fort, so...
Yeah, and they don't know how big is the island on the fort, because, you don't see it. When you put the fog of war, he don't know that there's no space to build his tower. It's actually super funny that he wants to ship it there, but for sure it will not go up. Also Iraq's in base from Tit, behind his DC. I like this placement. It's much better than the stale placement in the steps where he was playing Spain.
Yeah.
Classic 3 villagers, 700 wood. Oh, LordRaphael lost his explorer. Would take it.
Was that to Tit or to a Guardian?
Yeah, to a Guardian there was a 100 wood treasure, and Tit took it, and Tit also have a 150 foot treasure. So yeah, this now we can see here the tower.
Yeah, I mean that will trigger the victory though, so there is that. Just that this tower is going to be late.
Yeah.
Well, these Musk are on a path to like intercept this tower if LordRaph sees this.
Yeah, but smartly Tit pull it back.
Yeah.
But he's losing the first fight. With TC5, with TC5 it will be fine.
LordRaph is like slightly ahead in Musk count here in this skirmish. Killing both the low HPs in that volley, and 5 more coming to reinforce. Yeah.
LordRaphael is not going for water at all. Oh.
Tit has like his fishing boats there, so he'll be able to see it if LordRaph builds a dock there.
Yeah.
He has fishing boats over along the coast. 6 Musk will briefly allow Tit to hold this.
Oh, 3 villagers are going here on top to get this hunt, because on Hudson Bay you always have a hunt here on top, and also coin mine. So most good players know about that.
Yeah. And LordRaphael is going to build a dock here. Be interesting to see when they start fighting on sea, and here the 2 caravels pop. That dock is in line of sight, so Tit will be able to cancel it, I think. Maybe kill some of these whales. Ooh. Oh no. Dude, that sucks.
Oh yeah.
His flag was too close to the shore, so he only got 1 caravel. Okay, he's just gonna drop this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is super smart. It's a trick when you go with your boats to the water flag of your opponent, then you can just block the shipment. It still shows that ship. You don't get this shipment back. It's not like when something would pop out of your tower or something, whatever, that you get it back. But there you can just block, and we see LordRaphael just had one caravel here.
Yeah.
Well, GG out, I guess.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Alright, so I don't know, I hope you've been keeping up with what's going on. I guess they're playing...
I have not at all. I have no idea. I know it's 2-1, I believe, in Lord Raph's favor. I believe if we go to the chat, we can figure that out.
Yes.
This is King of the Hill, I believe, right?
That is also correct, yeah. I've been following this tournament a little bit. I know it's just, we're part of, in the weekly series of tournaments, this is the, close to the end
I'm pretty sure
season.
A couple of smart guys like us can figure it out as we go along.
I think so. I see that we've all been demoted to conscripts.
Yeah. Everyone's, including Lord Raph's a conscript, so for once in your life, you were on the same level as Lord Raph. How does that feel?
Pretty good. I have to admit,
I know.
I never thought I'd get to this point, but it feels nice.
I know. I've worked really hard to attain this level of greatness, and now that it's here, all my hard work has really paid off. You know?
Definitely. So I believe the score is 2-1 in favor of LordRaphael. I'm going to be setting those scores up right now on the stream, moving this economic unit population.
I'll do it too, in case I forget.
Okay. So I made the great decision. I made sure that I installed my UI. I made sure
That's good.
No issues going on. I'm on the right stream. I'm on the ESOC TV stream. So
this is good.
Got all this in check pretty quickly. So
well, the legendary. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, I just switched you to headphones. Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh yeah. You sound different, but yes.
Different but better. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So. Oh yeah, I have to turn off team colors. That's good. Okay, there's the hill. So I don't exactly know what the build order is for King of the Hill. I'm assuming it's pretty standard, with an emphasis on more of a rush to maintain control. Forward buildings being important as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna call the game like normal for now until it appears to be different, and see what goes on. In the middle here, we have LordRaphael going for a nice hearty 85 wood treasure, but Tit definitely sees it. But he's not gonna really be a problem. He's gonna pick it up without any issue. As everyone knows, Dutch is OP in this patch, so seems like we have a Dutch mirror. It's like the Eero mirrors of old.
Yeah, it's interesting because I noticed that Dutch, I wasn't too familiar with the new patch, but I know that Dutch, they had their bank buff, basically. It went from 350 food to 300 wood on a previous patch. Then they changed that 350 wood, 300 food, and now they changed it again. They said, no, 350, that's where it needs to be. So Dutch has been nerfed on this most recent patch, but it still seems like they're getting played.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think for the King of the Hill game type, I can't really speak from any expertise because I haven't really played it. The Dutch economy does not require a lot of macro, it doesn't require a lot of macro, excuse me. Micro again, excuse me. But, hunts last and you can really focus on taking the hill. You can really focus on, military placement, stuff like that. Maybe that's why that everyone's going for Dutch. Wide variety of units early on, skirms early.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think in King of the Hill, there's probably going to be a need to take the hill somewhat quickly. Just because I believe that the fort does fire. So you want to be able to maintain control, because after somebody takes control of the fort, I think it's a lot harder to lose it until you get into H3 and H4. And I suspect that those long-range units, especially on a map like this where there's a lot of ways to wall off and defend this fort pretty easily, it's going to be valuable to have range in a sort of matchup like this.
You would think ports would be really useful. Just plop a town center right there at H2.
Yeah, that would be true as well, yeah. I know there's a building radius around the fort. I don't know exactly how big it is. It could be substantial.
You pull the old advanced buildings there while you sit the port. He's got a 9,000 HP town center. Got a little scout fighting action here.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. It looks like LordRaphael is in a good position with this. He's got a lot more Explorer HP. He's got this extra...
And he's got it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tit picked it up, but that's still pretty good for LordRaphael. I think he's going to be getting the Explorer here. Probably can get a lot of damage done on the Envoy as well.
Yeah, Tit's going down. But does the monkey survive is the real question.
It looks like the monkey's not in any danger yet. Yeah,
both the monkey and the Explorer are going to live. LordRaphael getting really into the Envoy over here. Not sure why.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just going for the shooting. That makes sense. The Envoy is slower. Oh, okay, no, never mind. He's moving away. So you can just shoot the Envoy to death as the Explorer because you do move faster as an Explorer.
As you might imagine. Tit slightly faster on the age up by, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds. And putting down a bank. And Dutch going right for a bank. Bank is already up for Tit. Sending the cords of wood.
Yeah. Looks like there was a divergence in builds somewhat early on. So LordRaphael decided to go with the trading post, whereas Tit did not. That means that Tit had a slightly earlier bank, but not too much earlier. I'm liking LordRaphael's build in this case. I do like this trading post. I
agree, especially since he's got line of sight on that hill, and I am not sure. I know it doesn't provide him control of the hill because apparently the Envoy is just sitting there and controlling the hill for him. 700 wood sipping for Dutch, Dutch for Tit, followed by 700 wood for LordRaphael as well.
Yeah, pretty standard. I don't think either player is feeling too much pressure right now to be aggressive. I'm starting to realize I don't think the Ford actually
there's some Explorer action going on. I mean, the Explorer's going to take turns shooting each other very politely.
Yeah, actually Tit will win this one if they continue as is. Unless the Envoy get involved. Looks like Tit's Envoy is coming.
Yeah, and the Envoy is going to get involved, and that Explorer's going to go down. And then the Explorer for LordRaphael is getting involved. Raph's Explorer's just getting away with 30 HP to spare. And if Envoy on Explorer violence continues right here, he's going to go down. But there is no snare on EP patch. And the monkey's getting involved. Freytag, which is not at all the superior monkey. We all know that Duber's the best monkey. Freytag goes down because he's not the superior monkey. And it seems like Tit's Explorer is going to go down too. He's at 12 HP. Is he going to get away? Envoys are so slow.
Tit played it really close there. He was taking a lot of free hits by the Envoy.
He's playing Ring Around the Rosie with him. What if he tries to just, a little pathing issue there, or he tried to go for a shot? I don't know.
He tried to do it. Oh, he's going to take another bit. He can take 2 more hits before this goes.
Just an update. We have 5 banks in LordRaphael's base. 5 banks in the other base as well, so they're even in terms of economic pop, -1 vil. On the recalculated economic population is what I care about, yeah. So we got 39 to 40 in favor of LordRaph. Probably just a vil discrepancy.
Yeah, there's 1 villager in queue for Tit right now coming in, so it's about...
so they're just going to be... He's about 15 to 20 seconds ahead on a villager.
Yeah. A little bit of a divergence now. LordRaphael is making the stable and the market. Tit, we don't see anything coming out of at the moment. So I'm not sure if Tit is playing.
I think he's going for a naked FF. It seems the way he's stacking resources. He's also he's housed currently, so it doesn't seem like he has any interest in making more vills. Therefore, he's going to focus on just getting up to the next stage.
Yeah, so a little bit of the action in the middle. So both explorers have now died. There's just a battle between the envoys, and LordRaphael's envoy is slightly ahead of Tits in terms of HP, but
envoy on envoy violence. We got the age up fast option for Tit, who is already 50% of the way aged. Going down with his house to stop being housed, which is an important thing. Slapping down a barracks, too. And putting up a market for those early upgrades. And 2 more houses in the back, rectifying the housing crisis.
Yeah, looks like Raphael is...
Lord Raph doing the same, but he's a little behind, but he also has almost all of his market upgrades. He has hunting dogs and skill traps researched. We go to text completed.
Right.
He has no gold upgrades, but I don't think that really matters with Dutch.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he plans to go. He's probably not going to bother at this point. It's expensive on his wood, and he's going to start needing that wood to make houses. Just even that 75 wood is too much, since he already has this 5-bank economy anyway.
5 Hussar in queue, it looks like, for Lord Raph.
Oh yeah, well, we've got 4 out already. I missed that. Minutemen got called.
Yeah. All right, and Lord Raph retakes the hill. I believe Tit had roughly 3 minutes, 7 minutes remaining until he had 1. So he's going to hold the hill with these Hussar, but the Reuter are coming. We have Minutemen and Skirms here, along with 4 Hussar. There's one lagging behind his friends. I don't know if this is a terrible unit composition with the Minutemen being just in, degrading HP and all the Hussar, but it's going to let him retake the hill. Get a cheeky kill on the Explorer there. 6 minutes remaining until Tit takes the hill.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that 4 Hussar shipment. It's a very expensive shipment compared to a lot of the Dutch shipments. The 9 Reuters, the 8 Skirms, those are very powerful shipments. The 4 Hussar, never feel good about sending it as Dutch. Oftentimes because it's not 5.
Yeah, but it's not a game. This, we're so used to playing the game a certain way. This is a game of I need to hold one area for 10 minutes. You can essentially win the game with envoys if you just have them not die. It's about just having stuff on the field and controlling that area. And if you can get ahead, what does it matter if the other player's units are better? He's only got 5 minutes left to hold the hill. He has to, take one good fight. We got about 10 Hussar here, but one of them's about 15 HP, so it's pretty much dead, along with about 10 Skirms backing it up. And the fight commences. I think this should be an easy win for Tit. Because none of the Cav are currently on the Skirms. And he's got about 5. Hey, no. We should clean this up.
Yeah, I think this is going to be going in Raphael's favor now. There's enough Hussar left. This 1500 PSR actually lived quite a bit.
Yeah.
Way better for Tit than I expected, but there are...
Yeah, I knew it was going to be close. I just didn't know how close. Because now we got literally 1 Hussar left. And, he's going to be out of units, but not too worse for wear. There's about a 10 Skirm difference between them.
Yeah, Raphael backing up with another...
well, the Reuters are coming away.
Yeah, Reuters out. Raphael made 2 stables, so he's committing to a very heavy counter sort of style. He has lots of stuff. The Reuters are going to be...
and these are veteran Hussar as well. He's took the time to research the upgrade, so he doesn't seem too interested in making Reuter. 2 Falconets, though.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see this artillery foundry.
Joining for Tit, which is going to be interesting. No bank expansion for either player. Still at the 5 banks.
Yeah, so if we look at the difference in builds here, it looks like Tit is a little bit smaller on the infrastructure. He's got 1 barracks, 1 artillery foundry. LordRaphael has 2 barracks, 2 stables. So this artillery foundry is going to be very strong in terms of being able to make these falconets, but he has to be a little bit careful about not having a stable right now, because in order to protect these falconets, he's going to need to have Reuters, especially against a double stable that we see out of Raphael.
Yeah, he's got 9 Reuter and can easily micro, but it's about how much time is it going to take for him to retake this hill. Because we got Raphael now hunting there. He's got the map control. Hunt not being too much of a problem for either player since the game is not going to last long, and you know Dutch just lasts long with their hunts. But I think what Tit needs to really be doing is at least just go in there and poke a Hussar or something. Just go in there and cheese a couple Hussar. 7 more Reuters and 2 more Falconets join the fray. So those skirms are going to get wiped out if he controls his Reuter correctly. Maybe the legendary lag will take favor for him. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all about where he positions. How I would want to nestle them right here in between the trees. Try to kite them back into a, just kite him into the fire.
Yeah. Okay, so the stable is not good for
this is not good. Seems he's just going to do a full retreat, so...
Yeah, it makes sense. There's not actually that many Hussars out for Raphael. He had a few up over in the north here. Looks like he had 4 or 5, and a couple of them died. So he actually doesn't have enough Hussars.
So here's the fight. See, now he's got a nice little, phalanx here with skirms and Reuters in the back. At least it's going to be hard for him to get through. A lot of Hussar there. How is he going to... 2, 3, 4, 5 Hussar trying to take around? Not see, a lot of them are just not involved in the fight.
Yeah, but the skirmishers are not in a great position themselves. They were right in front with the Reuters behind. A lot of them are dead. Now they've broken through. I thought this were about to die too. There's not a lot of skirmishers out for either player, but I think that Raphael might be taking this one. He's at least going to...
2 of his cannons are still alive and firing. Both of them go down now. He's got more Reuters are joining, but also more Hussar are joining. So...
Yeah,
I think he's going to go down. He's got him sandwiched.
Yeah.
He's got him sandwiched. And LordRaphael retakes the hill.
Yeah, it's a pretty good fight for LordRaphael. I was expecting it to not go so well.
He sunk a lot of res into those 4 cannons, and it really he barely even broke even.
That's true.
He did not he did not do 4,000 resources worth of damage. Eight skirm ship. And Tit just researching hunting dogs. LordRaphael way ahead in economy and military population. And now he's just taking the issue to him in his base. He controls it, and he's just going to contain him, or he's might even just roll him right here. He's got such a military advantage that he can effectively kill a lot of his... He doesn't have a lot of siege potential. 1 Falcon. Why? I mean...
It's not
I know you're
positioned here. I think
I know you're... I know you're Dutch and you could just throw away gold, but that is just a terrible idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point... Yep, there's the resign. It's just over. And that's 3 to Raph, right? So it's best of 5?
I actually have no idea if it's what best of this is.
The best casting you can get right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me ask the chat. Best of 11. Ed Holland's definitely just messing with me. There's no way this is a best of 11. Please, Ed Holland. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. It's 3 p.m.
I'm hoping for a best of 11. Let's do it. Fuck it, I don't even care. Let's go do best of 11.
Alright, I'll go through this. So yeah, Raphael, he had a really strong fight in the middle there. I thought it was going to go very poorly for him because the cannons were in such a nice position. But the skirmishers were in front of the Reuters. I don't know if it would have been effective to have that reversed, the Reuters in front of the skirmishers. It seemed like Raphael just had a lot of stuff in that fight. Well, even in the military populations are even.
Well, it goes back to the great Zuda principle. If I have more stuff, it doesn't matter that it's worse. I just have more stuff. So he has more stuff, and he won because of it. He also just put way too many eggs into the Falconet basket. And Falconets are good, but more so as a shipment because you don't have to invest as much in them in terms of time, in terms of anything else. When you go 4 foul and you can't adequately protect them, you're pissing away 4,000 resources, and that could have been, you know, another 20 Reuter, which would have been a lot more effective at eliminating the mass, or at least contesting it, having instead of going for one all-in push against, you know, almost purely Hussar.